Hi there, and welcome to this gentle holiday yin sequence for recovery. The sequence is designed to stretch your body and calm your mind. In addition to your yoga mat, you might want 2 blocks if you have them, as well as a bolster or a pillow or a folded up blanket. So take a moment to get your supplies and to get comfortable in a nice, easy seat. You're welcome to sit up on one of your props if that feels best. Take a moment now to ground down and to start to blink your eyes to closed. We'll start with a few rounds of breath. Exhale any air out of your lungs. Now inhale for a count of 4. 3, 2, 1, and exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow your breathing to come back to natural as you start to blink your eyes open if they've come to closed. Now begin to draw some circles with your neck, starting to stretch it out and noticing any sensation this movement creates in all the areas of your neck. Bring your focus to the left side of your neck. So we'll start stretching there in just a moment. Now the next time your left ear falls next to your left shoulder, we'll stay there. You might play with the tilt of your chin, finding the spot that needs the stretch in your neck. Now lift your heart and relax your shoulders. You can stay here or bring your left hand to your head just above your ear, just adding the weight of your hand. Stay there or weave your right hand behind you, tucking it into your waistband for a little extra shoulder stretch. Re-lift your heart, soften your jaw, and send your breath to the place where you feel a stretch in your neck. As you continue to breathe here for just a little longer, notice any shifts in the sensation. If you re-clenched your jaw, allow it to relax again. And now take 3 more deep rounds of breath into this next stretch, starting to signal to the body that it'll be time to move on soon. When you're complete, gently release your hands back to your lap and roll your chin to your chest. Take a moment here to notice the difference between the 2 sides of your neck. And if it feels right, take a moment to swap out the cross of your legs. Once you feel set up, start to draw your neck circles again, any way that feels natural to you. This time you'll start to tune in to the signals and sensations on the left side of your neck. And now the next time your right ear comes next to your right shoulder, we'll stay here and stretch that side. You can take a moment to locate the spot that needs the most stretch. And then come back into stillness. Lift your heart, relax your shoulders. If you took the arm variation before, it's right hand ahead and left arm weaves behind you. Now take a moment to re-lift your heart and re-relax through your shoulders, neck, and jaw. Notice if your mind is starting to wander, and if so, bring it back to the present moment by observing the sensations in your neck and how your breath feels in your body. We'll be here a little longer. Let's take 3 more natural rounds of breath into the left side of our neck. And again, when you feel ready, release your hands back down to your lap. Roll your chin to your chest. You can stay here or interlace your hands on the back side of your head, just adding a little extra weight to your back of neck stretch. One more inhale here. With your exhale, release your hands back down to your lap. Now take your peace fingers, bring them to your third eye, and use them to gently lift your head back to neutral. Once you're there, feel free to take some more neck rolls, perhaps some shoulder rolls. Might also feel good to look over your right shoulder and then your left. And one more time, right shoulder, and then left. Moving into something else, you can dismount from your prop and set it off to the side. We'll move into child's pose next, so make your way into tabletop shape. And then bring your knees to about the width of your space and your feet together. You'll sit back on your heels. And if you find that there's a pretty big space between hips and heels, you can always slide your block or a pillow in that space. You can have a bolster between your torso and the mat to give you a little extra cushion. Feel free to bring your forehead to the mat here, or to twist your neck and gaze in one direction or the other. And I'll let you know when we're about halfway through, so you can turn to gaze the other direction. Allow your body to melt towards your yoga mat and notice the sensation across your hips, back, and shoulders in this gentle stretch. We're just now approaching halfway through our amount of time in this shape. So So feel free to flip your gaze the other direction. It can also be a good time to add or remove props to become more comfortable in this shape. Once you arrive, take a few deep rounds of breath back into the shape, allowing your body and mind to relax back into it. Yin yoga is a slower moving practice where we sit in our shapes for quite some time to allow the body to trust the shape and to start to unfold naturally as time progresses. As much as possible, try to hold stillness, but feel free to shift if you start to get uncomfortable in the shape. Let's enjoy just 3 more rounds of breath into child's pose. Now begin to press into hands and forearms to lift back up into your tabletop shape. You can remove any props from your mat area. We'll take some cats and cows. Inhale for cow pose. Drop your abdomen down as you lift your tailbone. And exhale, cat, tuck, and curl. Stretch your back. Inhale back into your cow pose. And exhale, revisit cat. Take a few more of these on your own, adding any movements that feel natural to stretch out hips, spine, shoulders. After your next exhale, we'll meet in a nice long neutral spine tabletop. And from there, bring your legs out in front of you. We'll set up for caterpillar pose. It can be helpful to sit your hips up on a block or blanket or pillow to find a little extra forward fold. If your hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knees and slide your bolster or a rolled up blanket underneath just to add a natural bend to your knees. Now inhale, lengthen. And exhale, begin to crawl forward into your back of body stretch. You can support yourself here with a block between legs and head, or perhaps over your legs, bringing forearms to the block. You can do the same with a pillow or a blanket, or perhaps a combination thereof. Now allow your body to relax into this stretch. Now take a moment to come back into your breath. Notice what changes if you take a bigger inhale into this shape, or perhaps if you hold your breath for a moment. Can you send your breath to different places that feel stiff to encourage them to loosen up for you just a little more? And take 3 more rounds of breath into caterpillar pose. When you're ready to move on, start to press into your forearms to lift yourself back up. You can start to slide any props off of your legs. And then bend your knees. Plant your hands behind you for a little heart opener. And windshield wiper your knees from side to side to bring some energy and movement back into your legs. Now turn to face the long edge of your mat for deer pose. You'll bring your right shin parallel to the long edge of your mat, and then your left leg behind so your left thigh comes to your right knee. Place your bolster or pillow outside of your right hip, and then twist and walk your hands forward to drape your torso over your prop. You can gaze forward here to keep your neck neutral, or gaze behind you to twist your neck in this gentle twisty pose. Now that you've settled in, take a moment to check in with your shoulders and your hips, and notice if you can relax them any further. In addition to twisting your spine, this shape stretches both hips in different ways and really calms the nervous system. It's a nice one to take before bed to help your body start to relax. Take 3 more rounds of breath into deer pose. Now begin to walk your hands underneath your shoulders and press into them to lift yourself off of your prop. As you come back to a seat, you can use your hands to lift your knees. And then plant your hands behind you, lift your heart for a little back bend. Extend your legs long and give them a shake to bring energy back into your legs. We'll set up for the other side. So this time your left leg is in front, right leg behind. Your prop comes out of your left hip. Once you're set up, twist, and then crawl your arms forward to again drape your body over your prop. Same as before, you can look forward for a neutral neck or gaze behind you for a neck twist. As you arrive here, take 3 calming rounds of breath, releasing any tension with each exhale. Take a moment here to notice, without any judgment, how this side compares to your first. Does one side feel more open or flexible than the other side? And is the side that's feeling a little more stiff and strong reflective of your dominant side? Check back in with the sensation of breath in your body. And with your next exhale, allow yourself to melt just a little deeper into deer pose. Now take 3 more rounds of breath into this side of deer pose. And once you feel even across your sides, you can start to bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press into them to lift yourself back up. Rearrange your legs, and again take a moment to lift your heart and give your legs a little shake. We'll move into supine butterfly next. So keep your prop where it is and turn to face away from it, so towards the top of your mat. You'll bring your legs into a diamond shape and feel free to support them with blocks or blankets. If you don't have either available, I'll give you another tip after we recline. Your bolster or pillow should be right behind you. It'll support your spine. And once you're there, begin to lean back, resting yourself on your prop. Some things to do with your arms: you can rest them by your sides. You can place one hand to heart, one hand to belly for a little bit more internal. Or if instead you'd like to amplify the heart opening benefits of this shape, you can bring your arms to a T or a cactus. Finally, if you don't have blocks to support your legs, you can make your hands into fists and bring those fists to either side of your hips to support your legs a little bit. Allow yourself to surrender into this gentle heart and hip opening shape. We'll be here for a little bit. If at any time you start to feel tension in your lower back or across your hips, feel free to rearrange your legs, perhaps extending them long in front of you, or lifting your knees up and knocking them together. If so, just come back into your breath as you settle back into the shape and into stillness. This shape can be really nice for self-care and self-love. So you might repeat the affirmation, "I love myself just as I am today," for the duration of this hold. We'll rest here for 3 more rounds of breath. Now bring your hands underneath your knees and use them to close your knees up towards the ceiling. From there, roll over to your left or your right side, finding the fetal position. You might move blocks out of the way. And then reach behind you, remove your bolster or your blanket from your mat. Take a moment to rest here, noticing any lingering sensations or energy across your hips, heart space, or spine. We'll move into the digestive series next. Begin by rolling onto your back, then hugging your right knee into your chest, extending your left leg long on your mat. Pull your right knee more towards your shoulder than your chin. Give it a big squeeze and take some deep inhales into it, allowing your right thigh to massage your abdomen and your digestive system. We'll take one more inhale here. Your exhale is supine twist. Use your left hand to guide your right knee across your body. You might prop it up with your bolster or your block. You can reach your right arm out to a T or a cactus and perhaps gaze over it here to twist your neck. A few rounds of breath here to wring out your digestive system. Final round of breath here. And with your next inhale, begin to unwind. Give your right knee another hug. And then swap it out for your left leg. Again, left knee more towards shoulder than chin. Give it that big squeeze. Relax both legs and breathe deeply here. If you used any props on the first side, move them to the other side. And then back to supine twist. This time right hand guides left knee across your body. Again, arms can reach to a T. You might gaze left. And then relax both hips, shoulders, and the little muscles in your face. Take one more round of breath into your twist. And then use your next inhale to unwind. This time, hug both knees into your chest. Make sure your legs are not crossed at the ankles. And then wrap your arms around them and give yourself a big squeeze. Take a few deep rounds of breath into this shape. Final breath in. And on your exhale, stay or open up into happy baby, reaching for outer edges of feet, ankles, or perhaps behind your knees. Feel free to take a little free movement here. And as you're ready, hug your knees back into your chest and stretch out to your final Shavasana. Feel free to use your props to allow yourself to be more comfortable. And rest here for as long as you'd like. I hope this gentle practice has served you well. Feel free to turn to it anytime you need to calm your body or your mind. It has been such an honor working with you in this way. Happy holidays. I'll leave you in Shavasana today. Namaste.